Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to dive into the world of Docker. Before we dive into the world of Docker commands, let's quickly understand what Docker is and how it can change your development workflow. Docker is an open source platform that enables developers to build, ship, and run applications in isolated containers. These containers package all the necessary dependencies and libraries, ensuring consistency across all different environments, from development to production. In different environments means different operating system, software version, and etc. In this video, we first show how to install the Docker on desktop and then go over review the most frequent used commands in the real-world application. Now, let's get started by installing Docker on Ubuntu. All right, to install Docker, we go directly to the Docker page installation on Ubuntu. Here, it's mentioning the prerequisites, the requirements, and you can just skip them and go directly to the installation method. Okay, on my Ubuntu, I will check that I don't have the Docker currently installed on my machine. So I will follow this instruction. First, update the package index. So I will add the Docker GCP after that. Okay, we just added the G keys and add the repository to apt resources. Okay, I will copy this section and then paste it here. All right, it's done. Okay, I will continue. Install the Docker package. You can install the latest version by this command. Okay, let's do it. Okay, it looks like everything is done. We are just verifying the Docker engine installation is successfully running now by running this hello world container. Perfect. Hello from Docker. It's all done. All you needed, you have set up the Docker right now. You have the Docker version of 21, yeah, 25.0.4. Okay, let's get it started with the most useful command lines that every developer and DevOps interested to know. And yeah, if you're a beginner or experienced professional, these command lines makes your containerization's journey much easier. So this, I will start with the Docker pull and an example, Docker pull.nginx. Oops, yeah. This command pull the official nginx image from the Docker Hub. Maybe before going further into that, just exploring what is the Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a repository. What's the Docker Hub? Is a Docker repository that stores all the images publicly or privately. You can register in this website and then try to explore and or store or pull images from this Docker Hub. It's easy to sign up and easy to use. So I will not go further into this. I will just show emphasize on the most useful command lines. So the Docker pull nginx. Okay, there is a permission deny. We try with the sudo. Yeah, it's you can later fix that permission deny, but in this station I will not go into that. With the Docker pull, pull the official nginx image from the Docker Hub. The pulling a Docker image is a first step in getting started with the containers. It fetches the specified the image from the Docker Hub or any other registry, making it available on your local machine for running containers. So I do have this image on my local machine right now. If I just run the Docker images, we'll list all the available images on my current machine. Yeah, we do. We can see that there is a hello world and nginx images. So the another command lines is the Docker run to run a specific image on my local machine. I will need to run the Docker run nginx. So if I run this command, it's running on the background. It allows to continue using the terminal or for other tasks by specifying -d in my command line. So by running the docker ps, it's keep track of running containers. The docker ps command provides a snapshot of the active containers, displaying their container ID, names, and other relevant information. And yeah, we can also stop a running container by running the docker stop container ID. As we have the docker ps list of the containers and the container ID, we're trying to stop this container already run. Okay, the container is stopped, and if we run the docker ps list, we see that there is no container running. The docker stop commands actually shut down a running container, and it's immediately free up all the resources. After stopping, we can also remove an stopped container by running docker rm and again the container ID. So we already have the container ID. This would remove the container and clean up the environment. So we don't have any more this container on my local machine. And this ensure that you don't accumulate unnecessary containers over time. So it's important to remove an stopped container. And if I again list all the containers, including this top one, I have to run the docker ps including -a. That it's shows a comprehensive view of all the containers, including those stopped, and yeah, it provides a detailed list of the containers status and all the information. We currently see that we only have the hello world container running. Yeah. Furthermore, to inspect a container, in my case, we started using nginx container. To inspect an nginx container for detailed information, we can just run docker inspect commands, including the docker ID. So I have to run the nginx again, and then trying to get the container ID and copy the container ID, and then run docker inspect and container ID. This provide detailed information and about the containers configuration and all the metadata in the format of the JSON as output. Sometimes to troubleshooting container running errors, we need to use this very useful command line, the docker inspect. It will show all the information, specifically like the image SHA number that we correctly pulled and run the correct image from the unofficial repository. So yeah, this is a very useful command line. After docker inspect, I will show you the docker log. The docker log will logs, yeah, will show you the logs of a running nginx container. So using this command, the troubleshooting becomes easier with docker logs. It displays the logs generated by a container. This is particularly useful for debugging and understanding container behavior. So for this example, the nginx is producing these particular logs. Furthermore, to execute a shell command line inside a running nginx container, we can simply run docker exec it container ID and then the command, the bash. It's just redirect us to inside the docker container as an entry point of the bash. This interacting with the running container is possible using this docker exec. This example just opens a shell session inside the container for executing additional comments. We can just simply like get the version of the no, yeah, the version of the Nginx, which shows is 1.25.4. So yeah, we are inside the container. We can like check the OS version of the container is a Debian 12 and etc. To exit from this, we can simply run exit. We are outside the container now, but still the container is running on the background. To stop it, we simply need to run docker stop and container. And also to remove it, we can write the docker rm, the container ID. That's it. All right, another command is building a custom Docker image from a Docker file. Actually, creating custom images is a fundamental practice using Docker build that uses instructions from a Docker file to assemble an image. This allows you to tailor it to your application's requirements. Create a Docker file. It writes a Docker file that defines the configuration and dependencies for your custom image. This Docker file typically includes instruction for installing the packages, copying file into the image, and setting environment variables, and specifying the startup commands, the entry points. So we want to give an example. So create a Docker and create a Docker file here. This is just a hello world simple example that in the first line specify the base image that we are trying to get the base image as Ubuntu, and then we set a working directory inside the container as a -app/app, and also creating a new file named hello.txt and write a hello world to it here. And finally, cmd, the run commands inside the Docker file runs any bash commands after that. And cmd specifies the entry point. Specified it in this example, it run the cat command to print the content of the hello.txt when container starts. So I just save this and trying to build the image using the navigate to the directory. The directory is here, and then trying to build my image as the Docker build. Yet tag my like custom image latest and the direction to the Docker file, which is my current working directory. So by entering this, it's trying to fetch the Ubuntu from the Ubuntu Docker hub and run the rest of the commands simply. And yeah, we could successfully build the image by running the Docker images. It will show my custom image, and by running this Docker run, my command, it will simply create a hello world hello.txt file and then print it out all the contents of that file, which is the hello world. So you could simply create a Docker image and then running on the Docker build image, we can push the build images to a registry like the Docker hub. So for that purpose, we can simply write a Docker push with my image tag. This would push it to my Docker hub if I specify my Docker hub address in the image tag. I will show you how to push it, how to tag it. Like first, we need to tag the build images, like Docker images and the Docker tag. Latest to my Docker hub address and version 1 of this particular image. I just named another tag for my image, which is based on my Docker hub address. If I see the images, Docker images, I will see that there is a new image with a new tag that is specifies my Docker hub and a tag version. In the next step, if I put insert the docker push. This one, this will push my Docker image to my Docker Hub, and later after that, anybody else can publicly use my Docker available on Docker Hub. Yeah, this currently we get the access denied because I did not specify my Docker Hub address correctly, and also I did not configure it. We need to configure the Docker Hub after signing up on the Docker Hub registry. So far, we reviewed so many Docker commands, useful Docker commands. In the rest, I will go further in more advanced command lines for mostly like for troubleshooting. There is a command docker stat. This command will monitor the resource uses of the containers. This will for monitoring like the CPU usage, the memory network usage for all the running containers in a real time. This is a real time information that currently we don't have it a running container, so there is no any information or details specifying there. So later we can check and monitor all the resource usages. And finally, I will say there is a command for removing all the stopped containers, unused images, and the networks. And it is Docker system prune. This command will cleans up the stopped containers, unused images, and networks, and free up valuable disk spaces by entering yes. I believe the most useful commands, top Docker commands with real world examples and detailed descriptions that will just enable you in your containerization journey. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more contents, and hit a notification bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next videos.